Thank him for the love, for the truth, for the mercy. Thank him for the water when I'm thirsty. I walk with this armor wherever that I go. Yo, belt shoes, sword, word, you don't even know how better than your weapon.
Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of his word. And family, I am so happy to be here with y'all tonight. And of course, family, of course, you already know we cannot go without saying this. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family. Well, before I begin, I want everybody to please go and support Queen Carly. That is one of our sisters that has brought this truth music to you. And when I tell you, this queen was so passionate, so passionate about doing this project that she lost sleep. And this is something that definitely should be rewarded. And I'm saying that. I'm going to tell you straight up. So definitely, family, please go and check those out on the available icons that you saw. Now, family. Whew, goodness. I don't know how I can say this, but I can only be passionate. I can only be giddy. I can only be excited about how this lesson is going to come out tonight. I can't do it any other way. So if you see me bubbling, if you see me just percolating at the idea of the things that are coming out in this lesson, all I'm going to ask you is just please forgive me. Please forgive me. Because we are going to be taking History Lane again. And we are going to be bringing out the scriptures. And there were giants. Now, I want to make this clear. This entire lesson is not going to be about giants, but it's going to speak of giants. And the reason why I'm telling you this here now is because I want to have a lesson that is specifically on giants themselves, okay? But what we're going to read here tonight is going to involve giants. So, family, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And we are going to go to Numbers chapter 13. Again, History Lane. And the reason why I'm sticking with History Lane is because I don't want the other nations bringing out our history. Nobody else is doing it. All right? I'm sick of the History Channel. I'm sick of the Discovery Channel. All these people discussing our Bible with the incorrect, false icons and artifacts. That's not us. They're liars. So what we are going to do is continue in these scriptures, bringing out our own history, and we're going to tell it the way that it should be told, which is the truth. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of detours, not many, but we're going to take a couple of detours tonight. And for those of you who love to pay attention to the goblet, no, it's not broken. I was just being lazy. All right, so here we go. We're going to start Numbers chapter 13, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. So I want y'all to pay attention. Let's go back to that first one. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now y'all got to understand how important that is. The Most High spoke to Moses. He spoke to him. This is not metaphoric. Moses heard his voice. He heard his voice. And when many people say that, well, let God speak to you. Today, that doesn't happen. Why? Because the Most High turned his back on us. But back then, that was not the case. And we're going to get more into that, okay? Remember, history lane, baby, history lane. All right, verse 3. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the tribe of Israel. And it's going to do the roll call. Verse 4. And these were their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zaccur; of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Oshea, the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu; of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Sodi; of the tribe of Joseph, namely of the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, the son of Susi. So let me stop there for a second, because some people, when I hate this term, but when people use the 12 tribes chart term, they get bewildered and thrown off by that because of the word chart. But it is accurate. Now, the reason why I stopped here for a second is because people, they look for the tribe of Joseph, but here is letting you know that Joseph and Manasseh are in this one and the same. All right, verse 12. Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gamali; of the tribe of Asher, Sethur, the son of Michael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Vosi; of the tribe of Gad, Giel, the son of Machai. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Oshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. So let's stop there for a second. So now it's speaking to Ephraim right now. And when it comes to Ephraim, their forefather, it says right here, called Oshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. So I want y'all to understand something here when it comes to that term, Jehoshua. You have Jehoshua, Yeshua, Jesus. All right, so Jesus Christ was not the first time that they've actually used Jesus in the scriptures. There are many different translations. Jesus is just one of them. Okay, verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain. All right, verse 18. And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many. So let's take a stop here. So now, what is Moses doing? What did the Most High instruct Moses to tell the children of Israel? That these men, these soldiers. For those of you who are familiar with military strategy, what is this? What is this called? This is a recon mission, a reconnaissance mission. And what they're doing, the Most High told Moses to pick these men of these tribes. They will be the rulers of the tribe. And what they're going to do, they're going to go upward into the mountain, again, go into that mountaintop. And you're going to look down. You're going to look down and get a scope of everything that's going on into the land where I'm sending you to go look. There's always something about that mountaintop. Always something about that mountaintop. The mountaintop is a part of our history. It's going to be a part. It was a part of our history, and it's also going to be our future. All right, let's continue. Verse 19. And what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, or what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds. So as you see how definitive, how defined how detailed the Most High is when it's coming to his reconnaissance mission. He said, now, first and foremost, I want y'all to go look at all the land. He's telling the Israelites, go scope out the land, go look at everything. First and foremost, make sure that the land is good. I want you to pay attention to the people there. I want you to see everything about this place where I am sending you to. And the Most High is doing all of this here for a reason, okay? And that's why I'm bringing this out. I'm doing this start and stop because we're going to build to that. Again, history lane. All right? I want to read about this last part again. Whether in tents or in strongholds. So in other words, are these people down there just set up in tents? Or do they have strong houses built to where you can't see in? That's what it's speaking about. All right? Verse 20. And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not. And be ye of good courage. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this part right here. The Father is telling them, be of good courage. And there's a reason why the Father is telling them to be of good courage. In other words, the Father said, put your balls on. Put your balls on here, family. Put it on, my sons. Gird up your loins. And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. You're about to find out why the Most High told them to put their balls on. Why? I love the Father. I love him. I love him. Watch this. So let's continue. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they ascended by the south, the very same way that Moses instructed them to go. And they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Sishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, we're going to come back to that, the children of Anak were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. So now you see here, going back down history lane, and it mentions Egypt again, because remember, not so long ago, the Israelites were in slavery. They were in slavery, and then the Most High brought them out and made them mighty. Remember, all the Egyptians, they all saw the miracles and the destruction and the beat down that the Most High brought unto all of them because they touched his children. And the Most High wasn't having it. He wasn't playing no games. He put the whooping on them. And right here, it's just giving you the reminder. Let's continue. Verse 23. And they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bare it between two upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. The place was called the brook Eshcol, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. Now remember what the Most High tell him. He said, I want y'all to go into that land, and I want you to bring the fruit of that land. Bring that fruit back. But you got to understand something about this fruit, though. You got to understand what we just read here, because a person reading this, they'll read right past it and not understand what it says. So I want to back up one and let's see what it says. Watch this. And they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bear it between two upon a staff. So, for those of you who are not familiar with what's happening right now, these grapes were so huge and so massive that two people had to carry it. And this is one cluster. One cluster of grapes. And these grapes were so huge that two men of Israel had to carry it. But why were those grapes so huge? Oh, you're about to find out, don't worry. This is where it's going to start getting so good. This is where it's going to start getting so good, family. All right, so let's go ahead and jump back down. All right, so now we are at verse 24. I'm going to go back to 24. The place was called the brook Eshcol, because the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. Now, there's also something about that 40 days, is it not? All throughout the scriptures. All right, so let's continue. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. So now I want y'all to picture it. Picture what's happening right now. So now it's after the 40 days, everybody's coming back, and now you see these two brothers sitting there and carrying these grapes. Verse 27. Wait, where did we look? Where did we? Yeah, okay, that's where it was. So now we have verse 27. And they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. So they got these grapes on display, and the pomegranates and the figs as well. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Now, let's break this down here for a second. So he's saying, oh yeah, we saw all the people and everybody that lived there. We saw them, but they're saying now moreover means, now let's talk about the real deal. We saw the children of Anak there. There's something about these children of Anak. There's something about these people. That's why they said moreover. Wait a minute. But hold on. Yeah, we can talk about them other niggas later. The children of Anak. Oh, we saw them. Watch this. Let's continue. Verse 29. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. Verse 30, and Caleb, I love this part. I want y'all to pay attention. Pay very, very close attention to what's about to go down right now. And Caleb, now remember, Caleb is from the tribe of what? Judah. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. So stop for a second. So now this is Judah now. So now here you got Judah. So here you have the men that came back with this report. And as you already see, they got a problem with the children of Anak there. But Caleb, Judah was like, yo, they got what? They got what? You brought these grapes back? Yo, come on, nigga, let's go get it now. This is the attitude of Judah. This is the attitude of Judah. And I'm pointing this out here because I want to make sure that I set that seed, because we're going to get into it later. Okay? Now just remember, this is Judah now. Judah wilding out. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched upon the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature. Here come the giants. Now, I want you to understand what it said about these giants. As you clearly see right here, it said, now, wait a minute, hold on, yo. These giants be eating niggas. The people there, they eat niggas. Listen, Caleb, son, you bugging. You bugging. All right, we're not trying to go up against that. Now, you see the attitude of everybody else versus the attitude of Caleb. Caleb is like, yo, listen, let's go get it. And because why? Because with the tribe of Judah, there was a faith there. There was an unwavering faith. Caleb knew if they went up there, they were going to conquer the land, not because of their might, but because of the might of the Most High. You see, Caleb, his memory served him right. He said, first of all, what happened in Egypt? Did y'all forget? Did y'all forget what the Most High did for us? Did y'all forget what our Father did for us in Egypt? And y'all worried about some damn giants? Now let's continue. Verse 33, and there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. So they said, yo, listen, these niggas are humongous. These niggas are big, and they eating niggas, and we're not trying to deal with that, Caleb. Son, relax. But Caleb's not trying to relax, though. So now, we know that the Bible is a dichotomous book, meaning that it has two different meanings. Because when people start thinking about giants, they go to Genesis 6 and 4 and they read down. When it's in Genesis 6, when it's speaking about giants, it's not speaking about those tall people, talking about how the angels were having sex with the women here on earth and they created giants. That is not a true story, okay? For one, what's happening right now is dichotomous. So what I want to do, I want to go to, as a matter of fact, let's start here. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 28. Because remember, everything is about context. The Bible will explain itself. Okay? So when they talk about men of great stature, you may have a person that's going to be like, oh, it's just talking about the men of renown. No. These are talking about literal, huge giants. Okay? So I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 28, and we'll go to the next part. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 28, because now we have to get the context that we're going to allow the scriptures to provide us. Watch this. Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. All right? So that's why I wanted to go back and use the scriptures. I don't have to go to no outside book. Use the scriptures to determine exactly what they were talking about when they said great stature. That great stature meant that these giants were enormous. And they were eating people. So you can only imagine about the type of fear that they may have had. Which, in today's standard, would be understandable, but not back then. Not back then. And you know why? Back then, the Most High appeared before them. The Most High's voice spoke directly to them. A hell of a lot different than it is today. Because remember, today, the Most High turned his back on us. But back then, in our history, back down history lane, the Most High was always right there with our people. Always right there. And you're going to see the summation of that. So let's continue. Now, to go over one chapter, go to Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 21. I want to make sure that we present this without a shadow of a doubt that this is what it's talking about. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 21. A people great and many and tall as the Anakims, but the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead. So this is not the first encounter that our people had with these enormous giants. The Most High already destroyed them before. So now we got to talk about Anakim. Now, are some of you, well, I would say all of you are familiar with this right here. If you don't know who this is, This is Anakin Skywalker. For those of you who don't know what Star Wars is, this man right here became this man right here. His name is Darth Vader. And the German translation of Darth Vader means Dark Father. George Lucas knew exactly what he was doing when he made Star Wars. That whole Star Wars franchise is about us. Esau want to be us so bad. They want to be us so bad that they have to steal from us to make up their own. To make up their own superheroes. To make up their own heroes. Not even super, because they can't be super. They come right out the scriptures. And took the name directly, Anakin Skywalker. You know what a Skywalker is? It's called an angel. It's called a chariot. That's what Star Wars is all about, if you did not know. That's what all those creatures are about, if you did not know. I'm just telling you. So now, that was that one. So now, I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 3. Go over one chapter. I want you to go to verse 11. Deuteronomy chapter 3, and we're going to go to verse 11. And now I'm about to show, I'm about to break your brains here in a second. Watch this. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. It is not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon. I'll come back to that in a second. 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits of breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. What did you just pick up on? Family, what did you just pick up on? Because I told you I'm about to break your brain here in a second. First and foremost, let's talk about the bed size. This is talking about its bed. The giant's bed. Let's go back and read this. It says, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. It is not, is it not in Rabbath, the children of Ammon, who are the Japanese? 9 cubits was the length thereof. Now, when you take cubits and measure it, cubits to feet is 14 feet long. 14 feet. And cubits going across, that would be approximately 6 feet. So that's how big his bed was. 6 feet across and 14 feet long. I want you to really picture something in your mind. Most of us get marveled when we see people that are 6'8", 6'9". It's rare that you come across a 7-foot person. But a 7-foot person times 2. Oh yeah. Things were huge. But why did it mention the children of Ammon? What's so significant about the children of Ammon? That's the Japanese. So when it comes to the Japanese, they have a history of giants that they know about. So without any further ado, I want to go ahead and I want to show this here to you, family. Watch this. Don't you love this Bible? Don't you love our history? Don't you love learning the absolute truth? Just as the scripture said that the Japanese dealt with giants, and here you have this 14, 15, 16-foot giant on film, and the video was not fake. On film, and they paraded him around. The Japanese, who are the Children of Hammond, and they still deal with it. And I'm telling you now, there's still giants here as we speak. But I want to handle that lesson all on its own. I wanted you to see that there for yourself so that you see that it matches up with scripture. The Most High never told a lie a day in his life. This is your rich history. This is your history. So when you see all these things here, and you see how true it is, you should have all the faith in the world. All the faith in the world. Now let's go back. Go to Numbers chapter 14, please. Oh, I told you I did. Oh, this is the greatest thing. I love going down our history, man. I love it. I love it. All right. Numbers chapter 14, verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? So they say, hold on a second. So here's these giants, man. Like, listen, yo, we're not trying to go up against these damn giants, man. They eating niggas. Come on now. So why did the Most High not let us die in Egypt? Why did he bring us out of Egypt so that we can go ahead and die right here? So family, when I ask you this question, what is this a lack of? What is this a lack of? Now remember, they saw the miracles. They saw everything that the Most High did. This is that same generation. These are the people that came out of Egypt. These are the people that had the chariots over them tearing things apart. They saw this with their very own eyes. The Most High conquered entire land. And they have the history of the Most High defeating the Anak before. But what are they lacking right now? What is it called? It begins with an F. It's called faith. These niggas are faithless. 100% absolutely faithless. Let's continue. Verse 3. And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? Stop. So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Let me ask y'all a question. What are they doing? What are these no faith having niggas doing? They're doing the very same thing that these churchgoers, these Christians, and all of these other false religions that have nothing to do with our people, they are returning back to Egypt. Those very same spirits from all the way back then are the very same spirits that are here today. These no faith having ass people. These no faith having Israelites, these mockers and scoffers of the Most High, they still exist to this day. Why? Because they are the very same people that were from all the way back then with regenerated bodies today. The very same spirits. Let's continue. Verse 4, and they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. Again, no faith at all. They liked Egypt. They liked being there. They don't care about the Most High. Regardless of whatever miracles took place, they did not give a damn. We like to serve our masters in Egypt. They let us do whatever we wanted to do. They let us worship whoever and whatever we wanted to worship, and we didn't have to follow the laws of the Most High. Rebellious. Stiff-necked people. They said, make a captain. Verse 5, then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. Stop. We got to bring this out. We got to bring this part out. Here you have Judah, which Caleb represents, and Joshua, who represents Ephraim. Today, that's the Negroes and the Puerto Ricans. And I can tell you firsthand, whenever you put Negroes and Puerto Ricans together, whoo, that is a match made in heaven and hell. Because when you put those two together and we synchronize, I'm from Judah, and I grew up with Puerto Ricans all my life. I'm from Flatbush. I grew up with Puerto Ricans all my life. And when the two of us have the same common cause to kick some ass, there ain't a damn thing that can stop us. And for everybody out there that's from the tribe of Judah and from Ephraim, tell me I'm lying. I'm serious. Tell me I am lying. Y'all know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. All right, let's continue. Where we leave off at. All right, there we are. Verse 7. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. So they understand. They're like, yo, listen, this land, this is where we want to be. This is where it's at. This land is flowing with milk and honey. That's what we want. We want that right there. So I want y'all to understand. Do y'all see how the Father sent them to a land that was a great land, a prosperous land, a land that flowed with milk and honey? The Father didn't give them no nonsense. The Father gave them the best. The Most High gave them the best that there was to offer. And he said, I am going to send you there, and I'm going to conquer everybody that is there, just so that you can have it. My babies, the apple of my eyes. And here these niggas are scared. All right? I want to read 6 one more time. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us, the land which floweth with milk and honey. Verse 9, only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. For they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. So here you have Caleb and Joshua saying, yo, y'all niggas stop acting like punks. Though if the Father deemed it for us to have, we are going to have it. But we have to have faith. And that's why Caleb earlier, he was like, yo, come on, let's go. Let's roll right now. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. But you had these no faith having ass people. Just like today, here we are, brothers like myself, brothers like King Gideon, brothers like King Marcus, brothers like King Yada, queens like Queen Tanya. Here we are like, yo, let's go make this happen. We out here, we teaching our people, and for all of you that are out there teaching our people and trying to tell some of these idiots, some of these lost ones out here that have no idea who they are, they're ignorant. And what do? Nah, nigga, we don't want to deal with none of that. Nah, don't tell me none of that. Nah, that's your family, that's your friends. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and you know I'm not lying. Do you see the actual privilege of you being chosen? Do you see it? Do you get it? Amazing. Let's continue. All right. Verse 10. Watch, pay attention to this. Watch this. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. Let me read that again. That wasn't good. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. So if you don't know what that means, this meant that all the congregation was about to stone Aaron, Moses, Caleb, and Joshua. They were about to kill them for having faith in the Most High. They were going to kill them because they told them that the Most High would put us in a rich land that floweth with milk and honey, where the grapes are the size of Shaquille O'Neal's head. And that nigga got a big ass head. And they were going to kill them for that. Is that anything different than today? I really want you to think about that. These are the very same people that were around the cross. The very ones that said, crucify our Christ. And we're going to prove it right here in this chapter. Let's continue. I'm going to read this 10 again. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. The Most High showed up. The Most High showed up. The glory of the Father. Could you possibly imagine what that would be like today if the Most High came and showed up? They saw this, the glory of the Lord. Watch, let's continue. Verse 11, and the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have showed among them? So now the Father's questioning Moses, like, hold on here. How long are these no faith having niggas going to provoke me? Why? Why are they testing me? After all I've done? And these niggas want to test me? Okay. Watch what's coming. Watch what's coming. And I'm telling y'all better be paying attention. Y'all better be paying attention. Because everything that happened back then is the same thing that's happening right now. I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them. So the Father went ahead already. He made the promise. He said, I am going to remove them from their heritage. I am going to disinherit them. Like, y'all not my kids no more. Go about your business. And will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. So, how or why would the Most High make a nation greater or mightier? First and foremost, because the Israelites were the mightiest nation on earth. So now you start to see where it's starting to break down as to why Esau is over us now. Blame them. Watch, let's continue. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. So Moses is talking about that history. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that the Lord art among his people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud, the chariot, standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day time in a pillar of a cloud, and in the pillar of fire by night. So now Moses is saying, Father, they saw all them chariots. And they know exactly what they look like. They know what it is. Them Egyptians know exactly what all of that is. But now, they're going to go back and tell the Egyptians, their God is not with them. What does that spell? That spells danger. The Father is not covering his children. So what does that mean? It means invasion. Verse 15. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man. Then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he have slain them in the wilderness. So now there's going to be a report. Because remember, the Israelites are beyond popular. Why? Not because of themselves, but because of the Most High and what the Most High has done, and because of the Most High's miracles. So he's saying, all right, so first and foremost, if you go ahead and destroy all them, that's going to leave us weak. They're going to know that you're not covering us. But let's see why. Let's continue. Verse 16, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he have slain them in the wilderness. What does slain mean? It means kill them. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of their fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Now you know we gotta stop. Now you know we gotta talk about that. What does that mean? What does that mean, family? First and foremost, here it is again. Moses speaking of regeneration. This is regeneration. What is being said right now is, for one, the Father is merciful. He's very, very merciful. But he does not forget the things that you have done. So he's saying for all the sin that he let go at the time of that person being alive, he said, I'm not going to mess with him then. I'll wait until he comes back to put my judgment on them. So that's why when you have all these ailments, you have some people that come back with deformities. You have people that come back with mental issues. You have people who just go through a hard knock, horrible, horrible life. That's past judgment. When the Father like, nigga, you remember when you was here before? Remember that? Remember when you was back here in I'll use this today. When you was here in let's say 1620. Remember all that they used to do back in 1620? And now it's 2022. He just brought a baby into the world, and that baby is going to catch it as it gets older, because now the judgments are there. He said through the third and fourth generations. Because you'll come back. You are your ancestor. Verse 19. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt, even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. The Father said, first of all, I have excused a lot. Okay? According to my word. My word is not vain. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. That is such a profound statement. He's talking about the earth, not the people. The water, the trees, the foliage, the clouds, the air, the wind. They're all going to glorify the Most High. The animals, the fish, the bugs, the creepy crawly things, they are all going to glorify the Most High. Can you imagine seeing that? But you're going to, if you keep the commandments. Let's continue. Verse 22, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, they were breaking the commandments. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. Wow. So what the Father say? The Father said, all them niggas that did not obey my word, they're not going to see this land. And now we're talking about in that time frame, in that fashion. He said they're not going to see it. What is that a precursor to, family? Come on. What is that a precursor to? That is a precursor to the kingdom. Speaking of us today, for those of us that do not keep the commandments of the Most High, we will not be seeing the kingdom. As King Solomon said, there is nothing new under the sun. Let's continue. Verse 24, but my servant Caleb, Judah, but my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. So now I want to talk about this here for a second. Do you see the difference in the attitude of Judah then versus Judah now? At one point in time, Judah was the faith of the Most High. That's why he was selected as the top tribe. But when you look at Judah today, the most rebellious of everybody. So do you see why our enemies went after Judah first? They attacked the head. They attacked the head of the tribes. They broke the black man down. They have been destroying the black man. And now we are in the conditions that we're in today. So when you go back, and this is why it is so important that we know our history, because now when we see our history, we see that Caleb, Judah, was the faith of the Most High. And now you know why they came after us so strong. They destroyed us to remove us from our God. And once they destroy the head, you can kill the rest of the body. Do you understand your importance, Judah? Black man, black woman, do you understand just how important you are to the life and longevity of our people? For you black men out there that's listening, for all you kings of Judah that's listening right now, it is because of us that this world is in the condition that we're in. It is our fault. And until we realize and recognize that we are the problem, we are going to remain here under captivity. I really hope that y'all understood what I just said. Let's continue. Why am I all the way over there? What the hell? Why am I all the way over there? All right, let's continue. Verse 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. The Father hears everything. He's like, I am so sick and tired of hearing these niggas. I am so sick and tired of them and their murmurs and their complaints and their disobedience and their rebellion. I'm sick and tired of it. And now you're about to do something about it. Verse 28, say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you according to your whole number from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. So the Most High said, for all the rest of them, he said, I'm going to kill all y'all. All of you rebellious, disrespectful Israelites, y'all never going to see it. I'm going to lay your carcasses down. I'm going to lay you out in the streets. I'm going to allow your enemies to destroy you. So that was then. When you go ahead and you bring that up until today's standards, how many police killings have there been? How many so-called self-defense cases has Esau won against our people who just happen to be running down the street, jogging, or being in their own homes? And the Father made that promise, and that promise still remains today. He said, I am going to lay y'all niggas out. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to lay your carcasses all over. And it's still happening today. All praises to the Most High for allowing his word to be true. That's how you know this Bible is real. You can't get around it. All right. Verse 31. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. That's harsh. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in the wilderness. And your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years. There it is again, that 40 years. And bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. What are those whoredoms, family? What are those whoredoms? We can start with Christianity. We can start with Islam. We can start with Harsh Krishna. We can start with all of these false religions and philosophies that the world has given our people versus us having 100% absolute faith in the Most High himself. Not through a third party, through the Most High himself, that direct connection. Remember when he was speaking about Caleb, what did the Most High say? He said that spirit was a different spirit that was on Caleb, because that spirit dwelt in the Most High, not the spirit of these rebellious niggas out here. And all those same things still ring true today. To this very, very day, nothing has changed. Verse 34, after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. The Most High made that promise. He said, I'm killing them. I'm killing them all. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. The Most High said, even the niggas talking, the little murmurs, the little whispers. He said, nigga, I heard you and I saw your lack of faith. You're done. Verse 38. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. He said, I'm going to keep them alive. He kept his promise. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and gat them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. You see that? They're like, yo, we gonna do what we gonna do anyway. We going up there. And Moses just told them, if you go into that wilderness, nigga, you done, you finish. But what? Oh, nah, we good. Nah. The Most High, we his kids. We the Most High's kids. What does that translate into today? God knows my heart. He knows it. And now you have all these stupid stupid ass Christians that wake up every Sunday morning and take their rebellious, disgusting selves into pagan sun worship that was put in place by the Emperor Constantine. And what they constantly do every Sunday is stick their finger up in the Most High's face. Those very same spirits. The Most High made the separation between the spirits. Let's continue. Watch. Verse 42. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. So Moses is warning them again, don't go up there, because the Father is not with you. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. So who were they afraid of? They were afraid of the Anakim. Those are the people that they were afraid of, but they weren't even the people that killed them. The ones that killed them were the Amalekites and the Canaanites. The people who they did not have the fear of wiped them out. So the damn Anakin, they didn't even have to do anything. You see how the Most High work? But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. And the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them even unto Hormah. So the thing that they feared most didn't even touch him. The Father took the Amalekites and the Canaanites. He said, y'all go up there, go kill them niggas. I can't make this up. So when we think about that today, when we think in that fashion, what is that, family? Who's the giant so-called today? Esau, our enemies. And they've been wearing us out for a long time. But what was the sole underlying problem with this here? What was the problem? They had no faith. So now I want you to go to Matthew 10. And now we're going to go to the New Testament because I'm going to show you something. Matthew chapter 8, not chapter 10. Matthew chapter 8, go down to verse 10 for me, please. Let's see what Christ has to say. When Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith. No, not in Israel. Even Christ came out and said, it's like, yeah, there's no faith here in Israel. There's no faith among y'all at all. I don't find any faith here. Who was Christ dealing with? Who did Christ know he was dealing with? The very same people all the way back then. The very same ones. So now I want you to go to Hebrews chapter 11. The book of Hebrews chapter 11. And of course, we bringing this out here and go down to verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And we're bringing all of this out so that you can see the connections. I told y'all there will be no stones unturned. Watch Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is. He must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Do you understand what that's saying? That's saying that you have to know. It must be all the way down to the fiber of your core. You must know that you are an Israelite, and you must know the most important thing. You must know who your Father is and what he is able to do. Without it, you're nothing. You're absolutely nothing without it. And now you have these idiotic Christians that are running around. All you have to do is have faith in God. That's all you got to do. All you got to have is faith in God and you are saved. That's no. They have no idea what faith is. If any Christian had any idea what faith was, they would not be a Christian. They would never step foot into a Christian church. And every Sunday, they just show how faithless they truly, truly are. But what did the Most High say? Those very same people all the way back then are the very same ones who sit up in them Christian churches today. Those rebellious, foul spirits. And what did the Father say about them? They will not be inheriting the land. And that land will be New Jerusalem, which is the kingdom. So for every one of you that want to sit there and continue and play around and dip your hand and put your foot in that Christian water, is going to burn the rest of your body. Keep it up. Keep it up. Because there's so many of y'all, I know y'all still go back to that damn Christian church. Y'all still do it. Oh, because my mother, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother, my auntie, all of them are Christians and they don't talk to me no more. I can't stand it. I don't like being alone. It's lonely. Shut up. Separate yourself, as the Most High said. Separate yourself from them, from those people. They're not your family. They're not your friends. And how do we know that? Because even Christ himself said, remember when he sent, when the brother was sent to go get Mary and Christ's brother? Remember? And Christ said, whoa, hold on, time out. Who's my mother? Who's my brother? The people that's right here around me right now, with all this faith, this is my family. I'm telling you, family. Time is running so short. It's about to be game wrap-up time. And y'all think y'all got time? There's not a lot of time. The top of that hourglass is almost empty. And when it finally runs out, where will you be? Israel. I'm so glad we was able to go ahead and take another trip down history lane. And I'm going to continue this. I love talking about our history. We've learned so much. We know who Esau is and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. We know about all that. But now, again, our history. Reminding your spirit, because your spirit already knows. Everybody knows. But we have to remind your spirit who you are, where you come from, and who you belong to. And there's no way we can do that without the Father leading us down that history lane and reminding us of who we are, just like he promised. In these last days, he said, I'm going to remind you about who you are. I'm going to remind you about who you are, and I'm going to remind you that I'm your Father. And for those of you that are loyal to me, I'm going to destroy your enemies, and I'm going to put you back where you belong, on top. I'm going to give you your servants. That's right, you're going to have your slaves, you're going to have all that. But the most of all, I'm going to give you your salvation. But you got to have faith to get it. You got to put in the work. That's why here Friday nights, you can't just sit here and listen without doing anything. Nah, you hear the word, and what are you supposed to do? Do the work. Spread it. Put your work in. Because remember, you're going to be held accountable for all the work that you have not done, but you want to make sure that you are held accountable and rewarded for all the work that you have done. And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.